Yeah, the wind and the rain have been blowing. And, blowing. You can see, all packed up in the tent, but for the tent. Kind of waiting for a moment to pop out, pack up, and roll on. Can't wait forever. And, man, it's Ireland. I don't know that it matters. Man, I love this. Oh, I heard a bird. It's a good sign. Bit of a road walk to start things off. But up there somewhere, I think we cut in. Morning, Sundance.
Morning, Huck. Fine Irish morning.
It is. Got the Fofanny Reservoir. Behind those trees up in the foggy mountain back there is where we camped. And, oh my gosh. Oh!
What is that?
I think it's the sun. But it's still kind of drizzling. In a way that only Ireland can do. Oh, man. Wobbler. Don't be alarmed. Hello. I'm Huck. You're all right. Keep eating. Dropped the rain here, and the sun kind of went away after that, but it's just a light wispy drizzle, I guess. But much more comfortable without it on right now. I'm kind of looking for water to drink, and all this pasture land. We've crossed over 2 little streams and around the reservoir, but pasture lands after the rains, I don't feel my filter will take care of that, so I'll pass that by. Kind of nurse the little bit of water I got for now, and press on a little bit. Sundance dropped off a bit there. Can't see him anymore, but there's the trail ahead. I gotta say, I love this life. To be hiking along in Ireland. Like, I'll take the rain, take the wind. All of that's just the adventure of it. And bone dry in my tent last night. Just Just loving it. Some folks, I don't know, not for everybody, I guess, but my goodness. It's just fantastic. There's two other hikers back there. There's Sundance. And there's two. We passed them in that forest shortly after we got off the road. So looks like we got two other people hiking the Mourne way. Awesome. Huck! 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 So you can see there's look, two hikers must have peeled off the rain gear or something, because they didn't quite come over past the fence there, or past the stone wall, but we did run into a group of folks there, and they got a four-wheeler and windbreaks and about 300 pounds of stuff. But there's a lot of ways to do it. So you can see this side here, and the other side I found kind of touching. It's age 16 years. A lot of questions about that, I guess, come to mind, but man. Hey, good morning there, prickly pines. Thank you.
You can't beat our campfire.
There's our blaze. That way. That's the way. Sweet. I think we're in the Tolleymore Forest now. And there is some wild camping spots in here we're planning to take advantage of. Make it sort of a short day. I think we could just push the rest of the way into Newcastle. Is it Newcastle?
Yes.
But then you got to pay to stay somewhere. So our plan for today is just kind of roll along and enjoy this. Oh, we just passed this little sign. Check this out. King's Grave. Just gonna step up here a second. Oh. It's a pretty good mound. Interesting. So met a couple of hikers here. Who are you guys?
I'm Mark.
Mark
I'm Killian.
and Killian.
Yeah.
All right.
From Mourne Point, the two of us just doing the Mourne Way. Killian's first time ever doing an overnight expedition.
Yeah, nicely done. So far, so good.
Yep.
Done it a few times myself, but every time it's just as beautiful as the last. Like.
Yeah. And now you were saying most people go like north to south, sort of, right?
Yeah.
And end in Rust River.
Yes, yeah.
And
It's just one of those ones, you know. There's the mountain down by sort of Spelga Dam. I can't remember the name of it. Say Butter, but coming up it.
yeah,
Ross Trevor to Newcastle is quite steep.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're going obviously Newcastle to Ross Trevor, it drops.
it's
And you're walking down it, so it's not as bad. So we cut that bit out, and like we said, came over the sort of east side of Spelga, and
Yeah, we were talking to these guys here before I started filming, and you had the smart route up there, man. We just went straight up Spelga and about died. So
yeah.
I wish I had met you all yesterday.
I did not feel smart yesterday.
It's only so wet you can get, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, happy hiking, you guys. It was a
Thank you very
pleasure.
much. You too, Huck. Oh, God.
Stop here at this bridge. There's a nice little creek running through here. We got some water at finally. And it's pretty good stuff. Nice little spot here in the Tolleymore. We're going to stop for lunch. We'll cook up a little food and kick back for a little while. Those other two, Quinn's, that's the name of the pub in Newcastle we got to find. Killian and Mark, they're pressing on. Awesome running into them and talking with them. They gave us a few tips for further on our journey. Appreciate that, fellas. Thank you. This is the border bridge or something like that. Like one of the boundary bridge. One of the first or second ones here. Oh yeah, boundary bridge. Along the Mourne way. So one of the cool things about the Tolleymore Forest here is they filmed a lot of the Game of Thrones. They used some of the bridges and they used a lot of this area. Honestly, I think they used like a whole lot of Northern Ireland, but the Tolleymore was one in particular. I don't know what scenes or what places, but it has that feel to it. So that bridge is Parnell's Bridge, and might have been one of the filming spots, for all I know. It's an old-timey bridge, that's for sure. One way doesn't cross it, so we're just going to roll on down. So this flowering tree here, really it reminds me of like a laurel or a rhododendron or something. But for the flowers, I guess. Loving the rocky layers here. All right, we get to go across some stepping stones. Pretty nice way to do it. Sweet.
The forest was all part of one family's estate for 400 or 500 years. And then in the 30s, they sold part of it to the state agriculture department or something. 46, they sold the rest of it.
So we found a spot kind of off the main trail, up on top of the Drinns. Sort of this big mountainy thing. They call it the Drinns anyways. I got a nice soft spot over there for my tent. Sundance got his over there. So this will be home for the night. I think it's perfect. A couple of midges buzzing about. And I think a little deep might take care of that. Only downside to this camp spot is we're right up on top and there's no water up here. So we got enough, we'll make some dinner and whatnot and have to head back down, fetch some from below and drag it back up here so we got some in the morning, but that's really not that bad. We got plenty of time and the stuff up here, we can move pretty quick, so. Man, one thing I've learned in all my hiking is that you might be out in the wilderness, might be on top of the Drinns here in the Tolleymore Forest, and you think you're all alone, but you never are. There's always people about, just enjoying the outdoors, and just always people. We just had a couple of fellas riding through on their bikes, like mountain bikes and stuff, like all the way up here. They just took off down the trail that way. And 4 guys, we were talking with them for a while. They're awesome. See if I can get their names. There was Gary, Ian, David. I can't think. Oh yeah, and Richard. Richard was the other guy. People outdoors, enjoying this beautiful world we live in, man. Fantastic. Man, it's like 10 at night. Oh, good night, everybody. How do you say cheers?
Sláinte.
Sláinte. Sláinte. Yeah, I think I say it kind of funny, but it works.
Means health.
Ah,